It's Travis Klineski here. We start off our Thanksgiving week. Not so nice out there. We have a light wintry mix of precipitation near and east of the Tri-Cities area. And in fact, it left a coating of snow here at the Local 4 studios just north of Hastings. Now, hopefully this will melt off, especially on the busy roadways. It's already melting off, in fact, because temperatures are a little bit above freezing. So it's not sticking too long, but it has stuck to the ground on our less traveled parking lot here just north of Hastings. But again, could be a little bit of a mix of sleet, very light sleet, light rain sprinkles, or light snow flurries. Again, most of it won't amount to much, but again, we did get a little coating of snow here, just enough to cover the ground here in the Hastings area, at least just north of town. Futurecast doing a poor job of showing the precipitation. The one thing we are going to see today is a backdoor cool front come through, and that's going to keep us on the cooler side. And if the last forecast you saw was my forecast from last Friday, I was saying we'd start to warm up today and try to get back to 50. Well, that's changed. Unfortunately, this cooler air is going to stick in place today for most of us. Breezy north and northwest winds will die back late this afternoon. Now, it will be a little bit warmer in the western part of the state on the other side of that frontal boundary, but most of us will stay on the cooler side of things. And the clouds are going to stick around for many of us, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Overnight tonight, some of those clouds sticking around, or it's clear out east. It's going to get fairly chilly tonight, down in the teens. Otherwise, a lot of cloud cover keeping things a little bit better in the 20s overnight. Then that front becomes a warm front tomorrow, and it moves to the east. So it takes the clouds with it early. Then we'll get lots of sunshine, not a whole lot of wind, a bit of a brisk southwest wind in eastern Nebraska, otherwise becoming sunny and beginning to warm up, which will be a continued trend for the rest of this week. Well, let's look at today's forecast. First off, again, that cooler air in place, only in the 30s up north, lower 30s around O'Neill, mid-30s for Albion and Ainsworth, upper 30s elsewhere. We're looking at mainly cloudy skies. That light mix coming to an end, though. I don't think we're going to see much more out of that. Out west, this is where your warmest temperatures will be, partly to mostly sunny skies, partly cloudy around North Platte, but mostly sunny around Imperial and Ogallala, mostly mid-40s for highs, and not quite as much wind as you get closer to the Colorado border. In south central Nebraska, upper 30s to lower 40s, mid-40s in northern portions of Kansas. Again, mostly cloudy, that early light mix, and then just staying mostly cloudy much of the day. To the east, mostly cloudy, then becoming mostly sunny, and maybe a little bit of a light wintry mix there right away this morning as well. Upper 30s, lower 40s in the east. That's where some of your coolest readings will be, as well as up in northern portions of Nebraska. Of course, we have that state championship football starting today. We have 3 more games tomorrow, but the 3 games today. First off, the first 2 games are 8-man football. We have the game between Johnson Brock and Mullen. That's the first game at 10:15. That's a D2 game. And so it'll be around 34 degrees there at 10 o'clock or just after that. Partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. A bit of a wind out of the north and northwest at 10 to 15. The 2:45 game is between the Burwell Longhorns and Creighton. I keep wanting to say Creighton Blue Jays, even though it's the town of Creighton, not the university, of course. 2:45 kickoff, of course, there. 38 degrees, partly cloudy skies. A bit breezy out there. That's probably our breeziest game. And, of course, big game is the Islanders of Grand Island travel. Having a sweet season, a sweet playoff run so far. A lot of comebacks there. 7:15 kickoff. That's Grand Island versus Omaha Burke, the undefeated Omaha Burke team. It'll be a tough game out there in Lincoln. But light winds, cold, dress warm, 27 degrees. But at least you don't have to deal with too much wind. Seems like we've always been talking about wind lately in Memorial Stadium with the Husker games recently. At least you don't have to see much wind out there, but bundle up if you are going to be heading to those games today. How about the rest of your 7-day forecast? Well, again, today is the coolest day of the week of the next 5 days or so. Tomorrow, one of the colder mornings we'll see this week ahead. We warm it up into the lower 50s, mainly sunny skies Tuesday. Lots of sun on Wednesday. Big travel day, looks good. Mid and upper 50s, upper 50s on Thanksgiving Thursday. I still think 60 is possible. It will be breezy, a few clouds coming in late in the day. And in fact, overnight, especially late Thursday night after midnight and Friday morning, a chance of some light rain. And again, just rain, as it will be in the upper 30s. I don't think we'll see snow out of this. Now, again, a lot of shoppers out there early might have to dodge a few raindrops out there. That rain will actually possibly move as far east as Iowa City by Friday afternoon. So the game Nebraska-Iowa in Iowa City, it might be a little bit rainy there for the game. There's a decent chance of some showers on Friday, but warm enough that it should be all rain, no snow. It's not going to be a cold, blustery day in Iowa City, although it may be breezy there. It will be breezy here, but we're going to try to get that temperature up to around 60 degrees on Friday here in the Tri-Cities. Then we take a step back on Saturday, around 50, breezy again, and we're going to start to get the colder air working in towards Saturday night and Sunday. Big question marks right now with that forecast Saturday night and Sunday. That's why I only have a 30% chance of snow. I am not overly confident in it yet. It's a couple of forecast models I'm watching. Basically, I'm watching the European forecast model right now. That one does bring us a pretty good chance of some snow, and this one could be inches of snowfall. Whereas the American forecast model, nothing, and not quite as cold either. Chilly, but not quite as cold. So still some big question marks with that Saturday night, Sunday time frame. Now, the forecast model that was correct with last weekend's snow is the one that's bringing us the snow this weekend. Not saying that means anything, just saying that's the case, is that the European forecast model got it right this past weekend, and that's the one that we're looking at with the potential for snow this upcoming Saturday night and Sunday. So lots of question marks still with that forecast. Continue to watch the forecast in the coming days ahead. That is a big travel day. Of course, a lot of people heading back home or back to their destinations on Sunday, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Maybe it ends up being nothing, but there is a potential that it ends up being a pretty decent snow, so we're certainly going to have to watch that very, very close in the coming days ahead. All right, well, I've talked long enough. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and again, stay tuned. I'll be back with you early tomorrow morning. Take care and enjoy your Monday. God bless.